Hi, Pat Lawless back again, chatting to you about my journey to the start of the Golden Globe race. I'm so lucky in where I live, the southwest coast of Ireland, that has so much going for it, and Dingle has even more. It's a fantastic naturally sheltered harbour, surrounded by mountains and beautiful scenery. It has great wind and great weather compared to farther south. We don't get as much sun or heat, but that's fine. Spectacular scenery, carved out by millions of years of weather bashing off it. Whales, dolphins, puffins, all kinds of wildlife. The town of Dingle itself has fantastic pubs and entertainment of all types. There's great music and that. And you go back west to Ballyferter, where I live, and all the parishes around Kirkagwina. It's the most beautiful place. The people are so friendly. They speak in English or Irish to you. It has so much going for it. So make sure if you ever get a chance that you call down to the Dingle Peninsula and see it for yourselves. Fantastic energy comes off the sea, naturally full of energy. It would invigorate anyone. So here I am on my journey to the start of the Golden Globe race, and I'm going to talk to you now about preparing, getting my boat ready. Last year I sailed to the Azores and back, and lucky enough I met a storm. This year I had hoped to sail up into the Arctic, but I went to the Westman Islands in Iceland. Time was a bit limited, and I came home around Ireland, down the east coast. So I came around Ireland on the way home clockwise. So preparing the boat for the Golden Globe race and for sailing up to Iceland and all the trips that I do, it takes time, and it's good time. I love working on the boat, actually. So I lifted it out for the winter last year in Dingle. Actually, shortly after lift out, we went into lockdown. So I just put the boat away in the cradle and tidied it up and cleaned it off, and then I couldn't work on it for a long time. But I gave it a chance to dry out. When the spring came around, I was allowed. It was actually late in the spring. I'd say it was middle of May, end of May, before I was allowed to work on the boat. So I only got one side of the underneath done. But that was fine. I'll have next spring to do the other side. I'm lucky to have so many friends to help me with the boat. When you lift it out, there's a good bit to be done, cleaning and everything. And Michal Shea gave me a loan of the cradle, and other friends came along and they all helped me. Terry Dean and everyone gave me great help. So thanks very much to all those people. The underneath of the boat must have had osmosis or something. It was re-epoxied about 15 years ago, which is a great job. But when they did it, they left it slightly pitted. The problem with this is during the Golden Globe race, the little hollows, like an orange skin, little hollows, it would be a place for goose barnacles and other things to get a grip. So when I do the second side, I'm going to consider copper coat. Didn't think I would, but I will, or else anti-fouling. Now, during the lockdown, I decided to look into getting a feathering prop. So Darglo Engineering in England turned out to be the best, so I got one there. Michael Murphy from Kendy's Bar in Dingle had offered to help me. So I asked him, and in fairness to Michael, he paid for the prop. And it came over from Darglo, and here it is now on the boat fitted. And I'm so delighted with it. It's good. Needs a bit of cleaning after the winter, but that's fine. This is a feathering propeller from Darglo Engineering. When the boat is sailing, it just goes like that automatically. The weight of the water passing it will and it makes it way quicker. It'll save about 3 weeks in the race. And when you go into gear, it will just, depending on which way you're going, forward or reverse, it will just go on its own. That's going forward, driving you forward, and when you go into reverse, then it will just go like that and go back. And once you stop, it'll just turn like this. And yeah, it's a fantastic piece of engineering. There's a brass shaft. This is an anode to sacrifice that will perish first, and these are stainless steel.
Where did it come from?
Darglo Engineering in England. As a warm-up for the sail to the Arctic, I decided to use my boat to deliver some furniture to Galway. including the chair. You can see it here in the mast. Nice day. Just gone past the graveyard in Dunquin, where my father is resting. Civil head up in front, fairly light winds. My chair, my delivery for Galway. Nice light wind. Looking in at home, you can see my house from here. It was lovely to sail into Galway city and see all the lovely people there, including Helen, who bought the chair off me. And after one night there, I sailed back down to Dingle and got ready for my Iceland trip. So then it was off north. I had headwinds for the first few days, light enough, not too much traffic, 2 or 3 ships. You wouldn't meet much traffic north. Here's one that went ahead of me, big old smoky oak. So it's a close reach, which is nice, doing 6.2 knots according to this. But you know, stay sailing full main. I suppose only 12 knots, but it's the first free wind I've had. Nice wind. Going well. Nice sailing if a bit dull. You can see the hydro generator here works very well. Ocean power hydro generator. I had to adjust the height of it after all right. Sleep is interesting for single-handed sailors. I sleep for 20 minutes, get up and check what I have to check and do what I have to do, and if it's night time and I need more sleep, I just go back. And I do that during the night. And you get used to it. Every 20 minutes is fine. You kind of nearly sleepwalk. It's quite comfortable. You have your AIS alarm and your Echo Max alarm, so you'll hear if there's a ship around. It was easier going north up to the Arctic because there isn't much shipping around up there, but you still have to check everything. It stayed bright 24 hours a day when I was up there. That was interesting. This is the middle of the night. Still bright. The boat is very stable. That's the lee bunk. The boat is very steady and comfortable. You can see there. You know, it's quite comfortable to sleep on. So yeah, sleep and food are no problem. You have plenty of time to cook as a rule. If you're not, I have freeze-dried meals. T4 Adventure I found the nicest. And so you can just cook at your leisure. A bit of sail change and a bit of navigation. All that, pass the day. But yeah, time is your own. And no postman out there to bother you, no bills, nothing like that. First time I've seen the sun in 5 days. It's nice to see it. Had about 30 hours of 478. Close hauled. Not very comfortable. Inside the boat's like going down a hill inside in the drum. But all is good. Have a big list of jobs to do when I get home. Including the hydro generator needs lifting, it's too low. So, need better forward weather gear as well. Much better forward weather gear. It's always nice to approach a new place. So sailing into the Westman Islands, where I had been 20 odd years before, was lovely. You can see them there in front of me. They're southwest of Iceland, southwest. Nice spot. Bit chilly up there, the coldest winter they had in 60 something years. That's fine. You can dress for the cold, and I did have the fire. Also, it was great training for the Golden Globe race to be sailing up in those cold conditions. Not quite as windy as the Southern Ocean, but big, good training. As you approach the Westman Islands, the right-hand side is all old volcanic, and the new volcano that happened, I think it was back in the 70s, I'm not sure. That's all on the left-hand side. There's old islands, spectacular place getting into it. Really interesting too. Lovely to hear the birds. Some lump of rocks around here. The last time I was here, I was tied up there on the Bilga. That's where I came into. Sailing up here was a sail training exercise more than anything, but it was lovely to hang around there when I had been there before. And it was nice. I only spent 24 hours, a little over 24 hours there. Bright all during the day. The weather wasn't that fine, but it was nice. I lit the fire and stayed comfy and walked around, and because of COVID, things were kind of half open, half shut, but actually interesting. There was no masks up there, it wasn't necessary. So here's a house with the boat I owned one time, a fishing boat, the Bilga. You see Icelandic for wave painted onto the side of it. The owner of it, he lives here. So I'm going to make another video about my trip home and my sail down around the east coast of Ireland. So thank you so much for listening to this, and please subscribe and share. And looking forward to the Golden Globe race. It's only half a year away now. So I hope everyone has a peaceful and happy Christmas in 2022. So peace and tea. Bye.